Good morning. I hope you guys got a good night of rest. Hope you had a profitable day yesterday. I will say this: I did learn there was something I caught yesterday that made me upgrade some of the ways I did the alerts and kind of just look at the charts again. Someone did ask me yesterday if I trade full time, and so as I'm pulling out my journal sheet. It is available on the Discord, the free intraday one. Um, but I think I'm gonna upload another one and have it on the website for you guys. That's just a little bit more. Actually, fixed it for myself too. Put my glasses on. I do not trade full time in the sense of you know trading past the 2 hours in the morning, but there is more that goes into it. Um, I've been training for 3 years, and eh, you know, it just is what it is. That being said, I never took the time as seriously as I probably should have because I had income from other areas. But this is where we're just locking in. You're welcome to just join me on the process. It is what it is. I mean, regardless of viewers or not, I am trading. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and chart. I am here. I trade, and that just is what it is. But there is, I think, that's a good question. I might do a separate video on that because it's Thursday. And the reason I'm saying this is because it took me a long time to get here. I have had mentors and stuff like that. Um, and part of it is I'm excited to see the outcome of this. And like, I give you like 90 days, not 90 days. Yeah, 90 days, but like 9 months. And the way I structured everything, I put it on Instagram, is because I try to create it the way that I wish things the way I wish I had it when I was like growing up or doing this. And so there was a lot of strategy hopping and trying to find the right mentor. I still do pay for mentors and stuff like that. If I see like it, but now I'm just really like cautious to see, okay, can I handle this person's teaching style? Sometimes they're just charismatic, and then you get into the workshop or you pay for the thing, and then they can't really explain what they're seeing or doing. And or the strategy, I just need to see it a little bit more in live color. Um, so like even when I post my stuff, um, I kind of sense like, okay, it's so much easier for me to kind of post what the setups look like, but we all know that there's an element of how do you manage that entry and exit? What does that mean? What does that look like? Why are you doing that? How do you handle those emotions and stuff like that? So, anyways, levels are marked. You can go ahead and check those off. We do have news. Let's see here. So this is previous day high right here. We've already kind of rejected that. Let me see. Yeah, this is previous day high right here. These don't. I'll probably change that, but these don't activate previous day high, previous day low until market open. Yeah, so this previous day high right here. We're opening below previous day high. This is previous day low. Wait. Oh, previous day low is right here. So that's a nice tight range for us to kind of try to make a break out of. Okay, so there's that. Let's just kind of drill down to the 1 hour. Oop, and oop. Okay. I'm also starting to look for what happened pre-market in terms of the levels that we want to hit. Looks like we hit these. Oh, okay. This happened right around 11 o'clock yesterday. So, let's see. Hmm. Let's see what happened with the news here, because this is like close to nice open range here. We're like, yeah, huge range. All right, so just taking that in. Looks like we're prepping for the downside pre-market. Opening below VWAP on the 1 hour. All right, and then we're not going to stress about it because we have two other setups. SPY, like earlier this week, she kind of fooled us because she came and dropped below here and then continued to the upside. So we'll wait for confirmation. We're going to have to break below these 200 moving averages and below this level right here. But for the most part, we're looking bearish at the open. And you guys know on the 15-minute, I love to check the 15-minute because the way I have this set up is if I have two zones conflicting, I just won't touch a point blank period because I feel like you're going to get parked in that zone. So yeah, this is in this range here. We're going to wait until it breaks below here. And don't be surprised at how quickly it can move to the upside. Let's just also check one other thing here. Pre-market, I've noticed that with this indicator, whatever we hit pre-market, they're going to try to satisfy these levels when the market opens. So let's pay attention to that. If we get some downside, confirmation to the downside, then we can look to take profit here, here, um, definitely here, and then look for this 100 level before we have a reversal or continuation to the downside. That's just how these girls have been moving, right? And so same thing here for, what's going to show you? Same thing here for if we just decide to go to the upside, it's going to be the same thing here. We're going to, I recommend you wait for a little bit of chop through this area because it's a stop loss, and then look for take profit even though they're below, below these zones right here. Taking profit here, here, and here at this 100 level before we, get continuations of upside. So that's something I've noticed. I've always looked at patterns and what needs to pop up. So 5-minute is set up. Now let's move over to this is a 4 hour. So looks like we're getting ready for calls here off the 4 hour. We're gonna retest. Usually here when you see calls, it does take take a bar or two for us to, set up for the upside. So same thing here on the 1 hour. These are some levels. Well, we do have a little bit of choppiness going on here. Looks like we're trying to decide to go to the downside here on QQQ. And then take profit levels are going to be, so this is previous day low right here. Let me see, is there something? Oh yeah, this is going to be another important level too, the 200 moving average. That played a major role yesterday. 15 minutes seems pretty free and clear at this point. Getting ready for puts. If we do have puts and break to the downside on the 15-minute, we can look for take. Well, this is going to be a serious bounce area right here. It's really close to this. Can wait for a break below. Previous day low was a little bit lower down here. So we have, I kind of like this. You can move here, in between here. And then 50%, 100% level here. Taking profit along the way, but we don't have like consolidation zone or overlapping zones where you're going to get jerked around in. On the 5-minute, we have a clean, okay, we have a little bit of upside that was happening pre-market. I like how that looks in terms of pre-market. But here we are setting up for downside is what seems to be the most determining factor. We're just coming in this zone, staying below VWAP, staying below the fast EMA, and staying below both of these 200 moving averages. So this one has a higher probability of going to the downside on QQQ. Okay, and then in terms of let's see, previous day high, previous day low. Let's just see where that's at. Okay, previous day low is right around these levels, like right in here. So that on this chart, right around here. Okay, so there's that. I like how we're close to this sell below level, but again, yeah, let's just look at the 1 hour one more time just to make sure that is what I'm seeing here. So 1 hour, ew. Okay, yeah, 1 hour we just started to get confirmation for puts to the downside on the 1 hour. Yeah, looks like we're rejecting this call zone right here. Okay, go back a minute. And as I'm moving over to Iwm, SPY, if you're a SPY person and you love SPY, stick with SPY. She moves stealthily. So when she moves, she's ready to move. She has clean setups. It's just that I tend to watch Iwm more. Okay, so we are bullish on Iwm for the day, but pre-market we have a little bit of downside, a little bit of correction. Let's see how that pans out. We're just in the middle of that zone. We did have calls from the day before that, we could potentially try to satisfy here at 30%, 50%, and 100% level. These two are major take profit levels. You can see right here, hit it to the T. I was actually awake when I saw it hit it. And I'm like, this is my life. A little bit of a VWAP gap here. Got satisfied pre-market. Look at the 15 minutes. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing here on the 15 minute. We have a base for downside. Um, oh, but it does kind of conflict with what's happening on the 1 hour. No, no, we're good. On the 1 hour, we have puts to the downside. So I like that as well. I like to see the 1 hour and the 15 minutes. Um, yeah. Let's see. I like it. This is a major bounce level. This is a major bounce level right here too. But yeah, I actually like this. I feel like we should try to leave it on this 15 minute. We also have puts on the 5 minute. And we're beautifully below VWAP, we're below the fast EMAs, we're below both 200 moving averages. So it's a high probability that we're going to be looking at puts as early as open. You really want to wait for market open. I need to take a little teeny tiny break. I will be right back. I am back in the building. All right, let's get into the economic calendar. So you guys that have been following me know that I like this website. Uh, you do have to refresh it. It's only kind of like pet peeve, but hey. And so we're just gonna clear everything. It's like the United States. And save. And so today's Thursday, the 21st. Ooh, we did have building data come in at 5:30. Oh, building permits come in. So this should be a good thing because we have more building permits, meaning we're wanting to build more. We're just up like 110, like 10 million. So, for April, housing starts just came in just around, higher than what we had forecasted, just a teeny by a hair. Housing starts month over month, however, are down. So let's see how the markets digest that. Initial jobless claims. So jobless claims um, are down, but meaning that more people, well, jobless claims. Yeah, this is good. So it went down because you want more people with jobs. And then manufacturing index came in negative 0.4 from 19. That's a no bueno, and that's why we saw the large drop that we did. Continuing jobless claims coming in just around the same. Philly business conditions. This means we're expanding compared to last time. Anything above 50 usually, when you see these numbers, looking for anything above 50 is expanding, anything below 50 is contracting. Um, Fed employment is down, negative 2.8. And then this is what we need to wait for at 6:45. So on your journal, this is what you're going to write. So 6:45, 6:45, news, PMI. We have global, so we're expecting to expand here. Manufacturing, forecasting a slight expansion. In terms of global, also anticipating a slight expansion. I'm going to go ahead and just mark this level. You can always take it off, 6:45. So, okay, so we have that there. And then the other thing I'm going to look for, I like to see the sell above, buy below levels. You know what? Like, I really like how here it's visible, but for some reason, I don't know. Now, the other thing I'm going to look for here is just, I like alerts because while I'm sleeping, I'm just going to look for anything that's a higher time frame, like 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. And then after market open at 5 a.m., I just want to see if anything major happened So 15-minute, we had put entry. I think that's what we're seeing over here, like an hour ago. Okay, so the most major one is a 15-minute, but I'm surprised we didn't see the 1 hour. I might not have it set up yet. Yeah, because that would have fired either at 3. Oh, okay, 3 or 5. 3 or 4. Let me just go back and make sure they fired. No, yeah, here we go. Yeah. This would have fired at 4 o'clock. And then we're going to wait for that to play out. And then okay. That other one didn't fire. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I think it would have fired. This is one indicator. Well, I'm testing the guys this. I'm testing another one that I think I either want to do as a standalone or as a, but they're both mine. Let's see here. Okay, so the game plan is we've written in our, oh, let's do our opening, our beginning balance. Okay, levels, pre-level, pre-market levels marked. And let's see what I wanted to talk about here. Pre-levels marked. Oh yeah, beginning balance. If you haven't already written that. Okay, so pen is ready. Oh, I think what I was gonna try to say was this one. Oh, good thing. Let me put it back to. I think I'm gonna keep it on the 15-minute. See if I can get a little confluence here. Let's see what's happening also on the 3-minute. I feel like if this gets invalidated on the smaller time frame, but we are below the 200 here and below VWAP, so I love that. There is a stop loss here, and so if we can break below this level right here, we have more downside. The 5-minute, it's going to try to hit the level on the 5-minute as well. Let's keep it on the 5-minute. It's going to try to satisfy these levels from pre-market. And just quick reminder, on the 1 hour, we are trending down. So, love this QQQ. I love what I'm seeing here for puts. Okay. You've already been watching, you feel comfortable, like based on what you're looking at. I'm going to be focusing on Iwm, but we are below VWAP, which is good, in terms of puts and confluence. We're below the 200 moving at both 200 moving averages and below the fast EMAs. We have a bearish breakout zone happening here. So yeah, there's that. And then this one, let's just look at the 1 hour and make sure that what the trend is. Yeah, we have a nice, beautiful rejection here off of the I'm just going to try to decide what to do with the 200 moving average. I would anticipate this one has the closest bounce area. We're above the 200 moving averages here. So this one I would just be careful. Just me. I'll be a little bit careful, cautious. And it's a little bit higher up off of that sell range. Below VWAP there. But you can see you can you could get a little top and screw right in between here, here, and here. If you are below those moving averages. Now, in terms of confluence for the downside, we're below VWAP, below the 200s, below the fast EMAs. Oh, okay. See if I can make these just a little closer so we can get a little bit more idea of what we're looking at. Yeah, because I want you to be able to see that for the this one. Love how close we are in QQQ to the sell level. Now that being said, IWM it does have all bearish stuff on the 1 hour, the 15. Let's see what's happening on the 4 hour. Yeah, even on the 4 hour. Well, 4 hour we're bouncing off, so let's just be careful here. Pre-market we're bouncing off of this. So I'm gonna look at QQQ. In terms of a little bit of a higher probability. You know, like it's in the middle here, whereas QQQ looks like it's going through some things. Okay, 1 minute till market open. Calm your nerves. 5 minute is giving an indicator. It's kind of prepping you for upside. So just, you know, if you want to wait the first 5 minutes, you want to make sure you have also capital to trade after 6:45 when data drops at that point. Just patiently waiting for the next 18 seconds. 2 seconds. Game time. Okay. Ooh, a lot of volatility here. Okay. Looks like both are wanting to bounce. After this area right here. 15 minute on IWM is calling for cross to the upside. This one I let it play out a little bit more. On the 15 minute. 3 minute is indicating puts. For IWM. And so yeah, I feel like they're going to try to hit these levels that were established pre-market on IWM. I'm just patiently waiting. Okay, there we go. That's what I like to see on IWM. A little bit of a breakout forming there. Just be patient and see where it goes at this level, because we have 15 minute calls to the upside, and then 3-minute lower time frame here. Let's just wait. I think we can look at this on the 15-minute. Yeah, let's just see what's happening here with this. Looks like it's bouncing off of this level. QQQ is forming nicely. It could turn this into a support level. I guess we just be careful. Be careful there. Yeah, they're buying off of this zone. This is the bounce level right here too on IWM. Let's just wait for another couple minutes. IWM. Okay, this is one of the ones that okay, QQQ has turned this level into support. IWM is continuing to look bearish. Let's wait for 30 seconds here for confirmation to the downside. And let me see what's happening. Okay, 15-minute, we're bouncing off of this level right here, so just be careful here. Let's see what's happening with SPY. SPY is bouncing off of the previous level here. And yeah, QQQ has decided to bounce off of this level and turn it into support. IWM is open below the VWAP, and let me see what's happening on the 1 hour. Okay, we're bouncing off of this level right here. This is this is previous week low. We've been fighting that level for a long time. So you can have buyers step in there. Doesn't show up as well as strongly here. Alright. So now QQQ is engaging with the VWAP and these 200 moving averages. It's going to try to decide if we're going to flip to the upside. There's a stop loss here. So if it rejects off of that level, we can have a little bit more downside here. It looks like it wants to go to the upside here. Let's just let it build out its case. Let's just be patient. We do have data in the next 10 minutes. Let's see what was happening on the 15-minute. Oh yeah, on the 15-minute, we're bouncing off of this 200 moving average. I'm going to keep it here because I want to see how we engage with this. I'm expecting a pullback, especially at these levels, and the 200 is a major level. So let's just wait there and see what it does with that. If you're watching SPY, I would wait for a prep and then look for more downside here. But you got to keep an eye on SPY. If SPY is your girl, then that's, there. So, we're just bouncing off of this. And this is the previous week. This is the major level right here, too. Let's see what it decides to do with this. There's a stop loss here. And this is a buy level right here. Both of these are buy levels. Okay, so QQQ is trying to break above this 200 moving average, above the fast EMAs and VWAP. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. We're gonna party like it's your birthday. So yeah. Let's just give this time to play out here. All right. About 1 minute to candle close here. Looks like we're bouncing off of this 200 here. Oh, right. Yeah, this is the 15-minute. Let's look and see what that looks like on the 5. Okay, we still continue to stay bearish here. It's just trying to decide what to do with these levels. Okay, buyers stepping in. Ooh, wow, this buyer is stepping in here off of this level. QQQ is rejecting this 200 and VWAP in the next 45 seconds, yo. And it's gonna open below the 35 seconds. Just patiently wait. Okay. So yeah, we're buying off of this level right here. And both of these are selling off. Oh, that's a relative term. Because we're starting to get like a double bottom here. Iwm open below these levels right here. Still kind of bearish here. So yeah, we rejected this and opened below VWAP, below the 200, below the fast EMAs on QQQ. Let's see how it engages with this VWAP right here. We have data at 6:45 in the next 5 minutes, you guys. So let's be patient. Let us be patient. Let the big boys figure this out. We don't want to get chopped and screwed in nothing. Okay? We're not trying to hold no bad stuff. Let's look at the 15-minute on this one just because there was a prep for calls, and I know it takes time for it to play out. We're bouncing off of this 200 here. Let's see what's on the 1 hour. Ooh, we're still bearish. We're still below here. It's just. But we're not trying to force anything, right? We're just observing. And we're going to look for the one that has the cleanest setup. Cleanest setup right now is SPY. continue to hold below these levels and having a breakout. Um, Prep tends to be way up here for prepping for puts. So you can break below this level here. You can look for puts on SPY. Um, this hasn't really given us a signal of what it wants to do. And then IWM is kind of trying to decide what to do in the middle of this range right here. But yeah, these are two of your best options right here. I'm looking at puts on SPY. Starting to pull it up. Looking for oh, that was the other thing I wanted to add on the spreadsheet. Oh, I did. I updated it, so I want you to be aware of open interest. And okay, we have contradictory for calls, and so right now we're just gonna wait. Lower time frame for calls. Yeah, got caught in there. Let's just be patient. IWM is showing calls. These are showing rejection off of these major levels. Looking, this is the more likely setup for puts because it's rejecting here. We have prep here. Whereas with IWM, yes, this is a red zone, but we're getting like indications that it wants to go to the upside. And we have the 15-minute kind of telling us that it wanted upside as well. Looks like it's invalidating there. QQQ is showing that we could break to the downside, but we don't have the shading or the setup that we need there. 2 more minutes until data drops. I'm looking at SPY. Oh, but we're at this level right here. Be careful. Okay, it's not there. Make sure I'm looking at. Market. We have a little bit of a bounce here. This one has the best setup for puts, you guys. We have prep and then breakout, and we're below everything here for puts. This doesn't haven't given us a clear indication of what it wants to do. And then, okay, data just dropped. We didn't get confirmation for downside here. Let me go ahead and read you off what happened on the data. Ooh, we came in strong, y'all. Well, global came in a higher, but right at 51.7. Global manufacturing came in higher as well, and S&P came in just around slightly lower. So let's just see how the market reacts to this. But we are expecting to expand based off the data. Now they might be looking for what you call it, buy-in levels. So let's just wait until we get a clean story. Let the boys fight this out. These still have, this is still in the bearish zone. Let's see what's happening on the, oh, this is the 15-minute. See what's happening on the 5 and on the 3. I can delete this so that I want to see what's happening with the wick. You can see consolidation right here on QQQ, which we did the same thing yesterday too. We have the bounce off of the 200 moving average right here, which is kind of what I expected, especially with the 15-minute. Here they're deciding to sell. Oh, or kind of decide to sell off of these fast CMAs and VWAP. Just be patient. There's another stop loss up here too for that. I like the rejection I'm seeing off the SPY right there. I like how strongly it's rejecting off of that level. This is a take profit level. I'm just going to see if it can break right below here before I consider puts on SPY. And look at the 1 hour just to make sure, yeah, I'm not going to be touching anything for a while. I'm going to try, I'm going to try some puts on, and I didn't do market order. I'm going to see if it fails it. Okay, it just failed it. Now I'm going to set it to market order so that I can get, let me see if I can hold until we get to this level right here. We have some buyers stepping in. Ooh. I like that. These might follow suit, so I'm just going to keep a very tight stop loss on SPY. 19 seconds. I'd like to see it open below here. Looks like buyers are starting to step in. And these two tend to move together, so I'm just going to put very tight stop loss. 5 seconds. Opened a little bit higher than I would have liked. But we're still below here. Ooh, buyers are stepping in. I like how it's rejecting off of that moving average right there. Keeping a tight stop loss. I'd rather just get out with a small loss here. It's because of the contract size. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Got me. Okay, I got out on this one. I'd rather get out with a small loss because I saw 3 were moving to the upside. And so, let me just check. For me, I prefer smaller losses and I can get back in. Yeah, if I need to. Oh, 1 hour. Ooh, let's see what's happening on the 1 hour. We can look for calls on IWM. Let's see. I want to see what's happening on the 1 hour. I like it. which matches the 15-minute for calls. So we might have a little bit of an explosion here. Let's see. Ooh, y'all, let's just sit tight a little bit. I don't like this at all. I don't like that at all. That is nasty. Ooh, y'all. Okay. And so I'm gonna tell you right now, let's just wait until we get either below this level. This one, the 1 hour. Let me just watch something here. You do have confluence for upside here on, yeah. But you can have sellers stepping right here, so I would just be careful with this. Let's see what this is. See this month high, see this day high. I'd be careful because you can have sellers step right in here. That's just me. So even though we have 15-minute and a 5-minute, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until we can get some confluence. The upside there. I want to see how to deal with these because sellers are gonna want to step in here. Let's look at those levels on Iwm. Hit this stop loss viciously here. Stop loss on both of these. This is the sell. Yeah, we're gonna have sellers step in here. So for me in my house, I'm gonna wait until we can break above here and possibly here before I decide to do anything for calls on this one. QQQ hasn't given us much of a setup. Like in terms of the opening range, right here you can see we're still in this area. I'm glad I got this SPY. Got 30 seconds on this. Let's see what happens in the next 23 seconds here on premiums are really good on Iwm. So you have 15-minute and 1 hour influence here, really nice and strong. If you got in on that, could be for you. 4 seconds. I like how we opened it up here. Let's see. A little bit of a sell-off here. You can see we broke above the stop loss right here. We're above the VWAP and these 200s. Same for SPY. Filled this gap, and now we're looking for upside. This one, we have a little bit more of another stop loss here that you have to deal with. SPY. So we're gonna have to the top of the hour. Selling off is something here. Oh well, yeah, because this is their sellers trying to stuff like that is they're trying to stuff it here off a previous day high and previous month high. These two were dealing with this stop loss right here, and this is at a major level, so it's gonna have to process this, digest this level, and then build a case of upside here on SPY. Something with QQQ. It's holding here, but we might have a big drop on the next candle here. It's holding really well here on our WM. Just nervous because this can follow suit here. It is at this major previous month high level, where we're going to have major, major sellers have to step in here. We're so close to this level. It can turn this into rejection level right here. I like how I'm putting here for the volume. 58 seconds. Small candle, don't like to see that, but we are at this level here. Nice buyers off of VWAP here on QQQ. Holding its level above the stop loss here. Same for SPY. Seconds to see what happens in the next top of the hour here. Look at the 1 hour. I'm going to expect to pull back to the 50% level here. I'm gonna expect a pullback here. Let's see what's happening on the 1 hour here. Ooh. Ooh. Let's skip the cards, you guys. Open interest. Ooh. Top of the hour, gotta wait for that retest of the VWAP. Let's see what's happening on the lower time frames. There is a stop loss up here too, so I would just be cautious. Wait for a little bit of a pullback here. Nice recovery here on the latest on the 1 hour. See how it looks on the 5. Nice recovery here. Okay, here we're dealing with the stop loss. You can see what they do here. You reflect the same thing here. QQQ. I got out in time on that one. I got out in time on that one. Yep. See what's happening on the 15 minute if we can have a little bit of a influence here. This one, just be careful here with buyers, and sellers after that level. Good. These are dealing with the stop loss right here. Like if you have a little bit of more room until sellers step in it because they have. I'm just gonna hold my ground right here. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna hold it until I can see something. That I can get behind. Part of my thing is I like to get in on the preps, but it's better for me to just wait for the actual dealing with this stop loss right here. $14. We're still in this range here. This can turn into resistance. We're still in between these levels here. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to try for QQQ. I'm going to try for some calls. And that's just me trusting the process. Oh. Win or lose. So I got in at 229. I'm going to be looking at it as soon as it hits the 30% level. $7.05. Do expect pullback usually. I'm not going to hold my ground. These are stop loss areas. suspicion, a little bit of invalidation there. And then that'll be my one. I'm done unless I see another setup. But I want to make sure I'm letting this play out and not overtrading. So a little bit of invalidation happening there. I'm going to write that down. Invalidation. Because this is one of the only trades I'm going to be taking, I'm going to wait until candle close. Let's see what's happening on the 1 hour. Oh, strong rejection there. Yeah, you can see that. What's happening on the 15-minute? Strong rejection off of that stop loss as well there. I don't like it. So here we see that the buyers are stepping back in. It's just messing with people's stop losses. Because this is all stop loss areas, 20 and 30%. I don't have a hard stop loss. I like the recovery we have there. So I had mentioned that I would look for take profit. This can turn into a resistance, and they're mirroring each other, so that's why I'm kind of keeping an eye on these two as well. But let's see. I'm gonna break even right here. I'm gonna look for to take profits. It's not gonna let. Is it gonna hit that level? Let's see. See if we can kind of hit that level. Come on, hit it for me, babe. Woo! Let you go. I heard a little profit or nothing. That hit break even. Didn't even let me hit the 30% level there. I am being patient because the data is becoming positive. And so I'm just going to try to wait. Back at break even. A little bit more of a push. Oh, come on. So manipulative. I'm trying to just let it hit this level right here. And it's taking, I know I'm not the only one waiting for that level. I'd like to see it just come over here. You're not going to let us be great today, huh? Okay, break even. Like how we're above this consequent equipment right here. Ooh, we broke above this level right here on IW1. SPY is dealing with this stop loss right here. They're going to have to deal with it. I'm trying to be patient now. I am up on my contract. There we go. It's not even going to let me. I mean, literally. It's messing with people. Oh, I'm going to be careful here. Once it touches this level, you want to, yeah, it's going to hit these stop losses. Nasty work. Once it hits this take profit level, just trying to catch it. And you know manipulation too, because if you have market orders and then you try to, as soon as it touches this level, you try to take the profit, it's going to fill you way down or even at break even. So that's kind of what's happening right there. It's just shaking people out. But we are supposed to be bullish. I'm just trying to be patient. And like I said, it's my one. Let's see if we get invalidated here. This one's about to get invalidated. Oh, we're dealing back with the stop loss right here. If we break below that, it's not going to be good at all. This is what you call an FU candle. I'm gonna wait for candle close just because my last trade of the day. Don't like how it's. I mean, for me, VWAP is just kind of where I draw the line. But I'm waiting for candle. This is a FU candle. That is an FU candle. If you've ever seen one. Frustrated because I mean it came right to the level. It did invalidate. I'm gonna put that out for my stats. QQQ. So in the next 30 seconds, more than likely it's gonna open below here. I'm gonna have more downside. You just gotta be okay with that. See what happens in the next 20 seconds. A lot of volatility. Nasty work. Ooh! Wait, what is going on here? I'm still in. There's something happening. Let me go look up the economic calendar. Something happened. No? Nothing that I can see. Let me look for 1 hour. Okay. Alright. Alright. I was kind of paying it off of the 1 hour. It hit the stop loss for both of these, so I'm out. And I'm done trading for today. Let me see how I did on that for the day. I did get into a higher, I got into a higher contract. If I had stuck into QQ or Iwm, the contracts are not as expensive. And so I was just hoping for a little move up. It did hit the level on the 15-minute and then liquidated. So. Yeah. The other thing, yeah, so it literally, that's why I tell you like a 30% take that profit. And it just is what it is. For me, this is just, no go. We open below here, so it might recover to the upside, but baby, I wasn't hoping through that ish. Especially when it came to the 1 hour. Like, let me show you. I know that the 15 and the 1 hour like to work together. It basically liquidated these are stop losses on the 1 hour, and I was able to hold through that. But I feel like I don't want it to continue to try to force these people out, and then now you're just really holding longer than you need to. You can always make it back, right? We're building a case here above previous day high on IWM. Get this back outside for it. Not playing nice today at all. And then the thing is, the data came out positive. So, why? Oh, you know what? I can check on here. I'm going to tell you guys. QQQ dips amid rising yields, oil prices. Okay, yeah, we do have oil data later today. QQQ's decline today is linked to rising U.S. Treasury yields, 5% and higher oil prices, driven by Middle Eastern tension. So that was within the last 4 minutes that data came out for QQQ. Okay, so that's that. So I'm going to put my ending balance for today. And I'm going to put it on my monthly calendar as well. You do not want to operate out of fear, though. Um, yeah, because you just don't. It's a probability thing. Trading during volatile times. I figured at a minimum we would probably hit this sell level right here, but we didn't even hit that. So. What time is the oil? Oil drops at. Calendar. We have oil stuff 7:30. If you're gonna have sellers step in, it is gonna be below here on IWM. Let's see what's happening with this one on the 15-minute, just because we have the 15-minute and the 1 hour. Did anticipate a little bit of a pullback here, so that this is healthy pullback. IWM is slow and steady, consistent. QQQ is volatile. And let's see what's happening on the 1 hour here. Liquidating the calls. The setup for what was happening with the calls. Excuse me. We show up again tomorrow. Friday and bushy tail. Well, that was a nasty candle. Mine gonna hold you. Shake that ass. We were close to the stop loss also. Show me what you're working with. They're trying to decide if they're gonna turn this into support. This is a healthy pullback. I was expecting around this level. So, once it builds above this level right here, and here, attempt to break out to the upside here. Gonna have more upside on IWM. Oh man, that thing said, Kapuya, 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 Kapoo. Open below this level. Definitely gonna have a retest before we consider having a downside. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit salty because I feel like an hour. I don't want to break any more rules. I want to see something on QQQ. Yeah. Okay, we have a beautiful building of the case here. Candles are a little bit smaller. We're still on the lower side here. They're just trying to decide what to do with this because they had the previous month high. Nobody love me like you. Do that, do that. We have confluence for the upside here on the 3-minute. The upside. Still small candles. Mm. See what's happening on the 1 hour. Oh wait, don't we have oil stuff? Buyers here and here, stepping in here. Bearish here, bouncing off of this 200 here. I'm looking to see where price opens at the next candle on here. But just gotta still be cautious if we want a little bit more downside. I'm not too thrilled with the open interest on these on QQQ right now. For puts. Yeah, let's see if price opens above here. Oh, we do have, like I said, data. Let me see. 7:30, you get the natural gas stock exchange. So let's just wait and see what happens in the next 5 seconds. Nasty, nasty work. This is saying call entry. So there's levels for this that would have populated on. So yeah, if you want to play that one out, manage your risk here. Let me check something. What is the company for? Ooh, 101. Green positive billion. I knew. Um, you could do some crappy stuff like this. So now it's going to try to go to the upside. Gas came in positive for QQQ. 101 billion. You do have confluence from the 1 hour and the previous 15-minute on the calls on IWM. Just manage your risk there. We got the confirmation we needed after it dealt with these previous highs and previous highs as well. Yeah, candle opened above this level right here. Let's see what it says about this. So let me post my 15-minute. I feel like they created that problem though. With their own damn selves. Oh! Wow. He said, see ya. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, I want to post this before. We need to have realistic expectations. I think I did it off of the 5 minute, right? Oh, we're going QQQ. QQQ fakes me out today. No confident that he's getting on. Wait. Oh, I was about to say, that's not accurate. Apparently there was a 1 day thing in play too. When it hit that level on the 1 day. But I want to, record this. It didn't even hit the level though. That's the part that's kind of pissing me off. And I think I wasn't the only one, obviously. Da, 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 da. Let me see if there's any other news that came out on. Why is my Discord going off? Because alright, let me hurry up and post this. Thank you for the views, y'all. We went up in views. Okay. On my Instagram. Let's see. Yeah, I think I want to track these three. And so, I don't know if I need to do like Oh, thank you for that's a great idea. Yes, this is what we needed because yes, yes, yes. We named it that. Show frames, show guides. Okay, so I need to have this and this, and maybe this. And then did it get all three? You want to be on top? Okay, so then you want to add some music.
Some days I feel strong, some days I feel weak, but I still hit the grind, still move my feet. Consistency is king, results don't cheat. I show up daily, that's how I compete. It's not about hype, it's about heart. Not about starting, I'm sticking to the start. Every little action becomes a song art. Progress grows slow, but never falls apart. Keep showing.
Okay, so there's that. I want to add text. Let's see here. Fade. Okay, so that's good. And then what do I do next? Okay, so that's good. And then do we go here?
Some days I feel strong, some days I feel weak, but I still hit the grind, still move my feet. Consistency.
Alright, so this is taking a little bit of time to play out. Freaking QQQ stopped me out, yo. This building is scared to the upside. It's part of the game. Uh, uh, uh. And it's funny because I always tell you guys like, oh, right when you see it's about to hit this level. Um, I'm not gonna lie though, I was confident because the 1 hour and everything else was showing upside, so I felt like we could push through. Um, when it with the other ones, I tend to start taking profit right around here. Um, but it just is what it is. It happens, right? And this is where risk management comes in. I didn't full port anything, and it's just understanding that we'll make it back, and just protecting my psyche. It's like, do I want to break some rules and try to jump back in? No. It's already been an hour since market open, and there's obviously volatility. Um, this would have been my one trade for the day. I did take a couple of other trades in between here, surprisingly, not on QQQ, but this should have been, the idea is to just take one solid trade. This one is another one, and so at this point you would have two for the day, and it's starting to look for stop loss here. This one I would have tried to hold confidently as well too, because we are bullish overall. QQQ is doing what it does in terms of volatility, and it just reminded me why I don't like to trade it because I went so heavy on the contract, and when you're wrong, it just kind of chews up your money. Um, but yeah, this is why I like. And I was just hoping for a tiny move because that was actually up, but hey, it is what it is. I had the opportunity to take profit a couple of times there. So, anyways, let me just post it. Baby, listen. I want to just see. I don't want to develop like a bad habit of trying to hold through that type of drawdown because that would be breaking my rules. But I want to see. Okay, that's where. We are kind of right back. I mean, yeah, we are back at where I bought. Let's see. Oh no, we're not. No, we are nowhere close to where I bought in. Ooh, child. And the way my mental is set up, no. But let me just update my thing here because it was updating my journal. All right. Oh no. I don't know what. Ooh, she's just not even. Wow, StreamYard. Okay, I wanted to show you this. Um, just manage your risk here, and you know, what I wanted to say is we're testing this level here. These are stop losses. Let me show you what's happening on the 1 hour. Oh no, we're done. We're good on you, QQQ. Or at least I am. But you're continuing to build your case back to the upside here. It's still open below. VWAP. We still have a little bit more to go. Let me see. Ooh. I want to see what's happening with the 1 hour. If you're experiencing that healthy pullback, rejection off the 200, and then between the VWAP here, there is a stop loss here. Of course, you wanted to kind of hold and maintain level above here. What's happening on the 4 hour? Rejecting this level here on the 4 hour. Double top here, but we also have a lot of risk on both sides. Not the best ideal marketing uh, trading conditions, right? So just manage your risk here. I would say for me, it's always going to be VWAP. If we break below here, that's just where and it happens to overlap with this level, just call it a day, especially with this previous high and previous day high. Same thing we saw in QQQ, we just were not able to hit that level, even though we had the ideal setup. So, five minutes. This one is the Sonic, but I think just kind of like from what happened today, when I put it on there, I know it indicates that we're gonna have a nice strong move or a pre-indicator of a move, but I think where it's cooking me is on the lower time frames. So I think I wanna take it off of the lower time frames. Or like in this case, if I got that below here, then I could use it for confluence. So it's just like managing my emotions and managing all this stuff I've learned. Like how we have that below here, I kind of like it, but I don't like that we're still in the zone. I don't know. I'm gonna have a serious like. I'm in between being hard on myself, but at the same time, if we're being serious, like really looking at this, I still was trying to take a trade in this zone. And what if there was a no trade zone, y'all? And yeah, yeah, should have been an okay zone because we were still in here. So that's just something I'm just gonna have to work on myself. This one we had a breakout level here, but it would not be advisable for you to try to get in. Same way I learned something off of my technicals yesterday. Today's one of those days too. Just reinforcing we don't trade in this zone. Um, and matter of fact, when this triggered, we weren't anywhere close to up here with the way that we really. This is on the 15 or something like that. What did we get in on, babe? It was on the 5 minute. Yeah, we were in the middle of no man's land. Gotcha. Same thing here. We're just in this zone. So today would have been a no trade zone day. We just, you know what? Eh, that's true. Uh, ooh, I know that's right. Okay. Oh, it won't let me. Nope, won't let me be brave. Um, I want to do a video real quick. So I'm just gonna show camera. Okay. All right. Hey, hey, just checking in real quick. So, um, we kind of ended up for today. Technically, it should have been a no trade day for me. Even though the indicator did kind of fire off in these areas, we're still in between these levels. So there's that. And then I did try to take this call right here. I did post, but on the post right before this, it didn't even respect my level. Like it just literally came here in hardcore reversal. So this is why I always say take profit at that 30% level or just slightly below. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's this song that I probably was gonna play. Let me take off all of these. Celia Cruz, La vida es una carnaval. Oh wow, I was listening to all day yesterday, but I don't want to get copyrighted. Right. So, um, now stop. I'm just gonna take this. These little things are so cute. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be my favorite thing. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, calm down. I'm gonna put this down here. We kind of ended up for today. Tomorrow's Friday. It's gonna be a good day at work because we're gonna have a good day tomorrow, or today and tomorrow. Um, we are turning this level into support. I want to call them the B words, and it's not the experts. Oh, but yeah, it is what it is. Wait, where's my? Oh, y'all, this the distractions, the level of distraction in this world. Oh, it's giving me. You know what though? I feel like that is so cute. I would say this as I'm about to hop off. As long as we're in this range, don't do nothing crazy. Okay. Um, just wait. This is where like let's say somebody asks like, well, do you trade all day? This is the thing. Like you don't really unless you get like a. I'm gonna tell you, if you get like a 1 hour or 4 hour or a 1 day confluence over here, what's gonna happen is it's gonna fire. Um, and you're gonna get caught in like with very low volume. Like look how much little volume. Like institutions have backed off, y'all. And yeah, you can even see it in the price action. Like we're just moving like one last is right here. So just let's just call it a day and come back in tomorrow. I want to post this. Ooh, paint to paint. Yeah, pin to main grid. I want to. You know what? Let's do this. Um. Oh no, I don't want to do that. There's something I'm trying to do from here. Oh, somebody sleeping in my bed. Oh, is it this one? Okay, okay, yeah, it's this one. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here. Mm-hmm. We're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here. Uh, oh, yeah, do that. Do that. Mhm. And there's something else I wanted to do. This one requires community mode. What does that mean? Beautiful buy off of this level right here. Alright, anyway, just checking in real quick. So, um, we kind of ended up for today. Technically, it should have been a no trade day for me. Even though the indicator did kind of fall off in these areas, we're still in between these levels. So there's that. And then I did kind of take this call right here. I did post, the post that before this. It didn't even respect my level. Like it just literally came in hardcore reversal. So this is why I always take the profit at 30% level. Oh my gosh, I love this thing here too. Where is it? Ooh, let's do this one. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. There was a really good one I liked. It was. It was like painful. Oh yeah, it's golden. Golden is my favorite. Oh no, it's not that one either. What is this one? Yeah, this is my favorite one. And this one, I want to. Ooh, I like how that's falling off that number. I actually want to. I want to share it. I wonder. Hmm, no. Yes, that's what I wanted. I really like it. And and I want to add music to it. Mm, but no, it won't let me. I also want to send it here. Yeah, Fire Bomb's about to go off in 1 minute.